Hello, this is Shelby. I have been editing this episode for a very long time. We recorded this episode back in January 12th. The reason this took so long is because this is kind of long, and I'm also working a full-time job now. And also, I've kind of been putting this off because this episode was a bit of a disaster, but I don't know. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and apologies for the wait.
Did you guys see that the director of The Flash, Andy Muschietti, blamed women for the movie flopping?
Can he have blamed me for it? That would have been funny.
I mean, you are a woman, so he might have been.
I know,
leaked your address.
Directly.
Direct address from Kaylee.
At so and so address is responsible for this movie flopping. I fucking hate her.
It is really funny that.
Which is funny because I went to go see the movie, and
I blames everyone that saw the movies for some reason.
I bought a ticket. I go into my theater, and then they forgot to turn on the screen.
He's pointing at the screen. He's saying it's your fault.
And
then it turns around and it's a mirror.
I was too self-conscious to go out and tell any of the employees they didn't turn it on, so I bought another ticket for a later showing in the day. So
you paid for it twice.
You are not the reason the movie failed.
Andy Muschietti
should be thanking you.
Yeah, he should be thanking. I just want to say
I did see it.
I haven't.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny that in this call, the only two people who went out and saw it are the women.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
The full quote. The full quote. Apart from all the other reasons, it wasn't a movie that appealed to the four quadrants. It failed at that. When you spend $200 million making a movie, Warner wants to bring even your grandmother to the theaters. And I found out in private conversations that a lot of people just don't care about the Flash as a character, particularly the two female quadrants. All that is wind going against the movie that I learned about.
Wow.
So Guardians of the Galaxy made like half a billion dollars.
I mean, in a way, those movies are the Guardians trilogy is kind of for the girlies, if you think about it.
I mean, I guess
all I'm trying to say is that the Flash had a fucking 10-season CW show
that was beloved by like women.
that was one of it is. I mean, okay, it got fucking crazy, but for a while it was like considered one of the best superhero shows ever.
Yeah. Now I don't know what the people who thought that were smoking, but
I mean, maybe it's fun. I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you.
I was one of the people who like for the first few years of it like was like really into the Arrowverse. Like I watched all of the shows. I didn't give a shit.
I watched season 1 of Arrow and I liked it, and then I didn't watch the rest of it, and then I guess the more I thought about it, I was like, wait, this is kind of bad.
I didn't care about like Legend of Tomorrow, but I still watched it because it's like, ooh, fucking Flash is the
all I saw was that like viral clip that went around in like 2019 and 2020 of that fucking big blue monster thing jumping around and smacking the big dragon in the middle of the field.
I thought you were talking about...
I thought you were talking about the gorilla that bursts.
It'll be an honor to kill you,
Barack Obama. Time to make America erotic. One of the greatest lines. One of the greatest lines, and also very funny how the DCU, the new DCU, it's like, oh, DC's gonna finally be taken seriously again, and in its first project, Gorilla Grodd does make a cameo.
Does he say it's time to make America Grodd again?
He doesn't say anything, but he's like,
make America Grodd again.
Fun fact: nothing from the CW is canon except for the fact that Gorilla Grodd is a Trump supporter.
Is he a Trump supporter, or was he just like, this is gonna be so funny when I kill him?
He was doing his tight five. He was doing a bit.
Yeah.
But Obama has no, like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're just a giant gorilla in my dorm room. Like, who's Donald Trump?
Who are you?
When we grod, we win.
Oh God.
Pokemon grod to the
I can't.
We're not grodding back.
No.
We're grodding it back.
I'm just imagining the hope. Now I'm just imagining the hope poster, but it's just Grod's face
Grod.
and just says Grod.
God.
So
Grod back better. Okay, that's the last one.
so today it is currently 2025
Yeah.
Yeah.
as of recording this. I upload it and it's 2 years from now.
It's somehow relevant again.
People just really want to hear our thoughts on Better Man.
We made America Grodd again.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Grodd, we got a lot to talk about tonight.
Yeah, we're going a bit bananas today, as it were.
Oh yeah. So today this makes it sound like we're going to be talking about movies about monkeys, which we're not.
What?
Well,
I mean, not exclusively.
We're not doing that either.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So it's award season, right? You know, it's January 2024 is over.
Yes.
People are talking about some of the best movies of the year. You just had the Golden Globes that gave 5 awards to Emilia Perez, which is hilarious. The Oscars are coming up.
It's a little sad.
The Oscars are coming up soon. But you know, I figure we ought to put on the true awards, the ones that matter.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we've written down a lot of like awards that we're going to be giving out tonight to different movies in 2024. Some of these are real. Some of these are like genuine, like best movie and stuff. Some of these we'll get to them.
Yeah.
But now, much like last episode, this is kind of stolen from a podcast I listen to a lot, the Poorly Planned Podcast. But again, they don't exist anymore. They stopped making episodes. So
much like America itself, we are built upon the labor of others.
Spoilers for everything we talk about, by the way. So some of these are taken from that, mostly to continue the legacy. Like we need to know who had the best mustache of.
Yeah, we have to know.
Exactly. It's to carry on the legacy. It's important to us. It's culture, you might say.
Yeah.
So I have written down in a very strange order the awards, and we're going to be discussing which movies belong, or which movies this deserves this award. And as it goes, it's going to get a little dumber.
Hell yeah!
And it's gonna be fun. There's a lot.
Quite a bit to get through.
Yeah, so I say let's
Quite
get started.
a lot of dumbassery.
Yeah, I say let's get started with let's just start out strong and simple. Best movie.
Okay, it's gonna sound crazy, but my pick is Nosferatu.
Oh, Nosferatu. Craven the Hunter, obviously. No, Nosferatu. That's a good
spiritual successor to Morbius.
Yeah.
See, nobody's talking about Craven the Hunter, and that's how I know it's great.
More Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Hell yeah!
Now I really want to see like a cut of Nosferatu, but Morbius is just like super implanted into the movie instead of over.
Oh my god, Russell Crowe is in fucking Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, I know. He plays the dad, I think, and he has a very funny Russian accent.
Yeah.
People actually watch this movie.
So Shelby, what's your contender or contenders? Multiple.
I actually I kind of have a tie. Because like there were 2 movies that I genuinely had a very hard time picking between. I love these movies. I Saw the TV Glow and Hundreds of Beavers, I think, are the two best movies of 2024.
What was the first one you said?
I Saw the TV Glow.
Oh, okay.
I also have two. One of them is I Saw the TV Glow, so that's a point for that one, I guess. And the other one, it is Dune Part 2.
That's
Fair
up there.
enough.
It's definitely up there.
It was, in my opinion, just the best movie of 2024. Just how like good it was at everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like good, great, great script, great acting, great cinematography, fucking amazing score. Even though it is a lot of it from the first one, so that's disqualified it in the eyes of the Oscars.
Even though Indiana Jones was nominated for best score last year, and it is just the fucking Indiana Jones music.
Yeah. I will say when I heard that that it was the music for Dune Part 2 wasn't eligible, my first thought was, oh my god, did he steal music again?
Hans Zimmer does have a
did Hans Zimmer
of stealing music.
Did Hans Zimmer steal his fucking assistant's music again?
God.
That wouldn't honestly surprise me.
But you already said I Saw the TV Glow, so my pick is Dune Part 2.
I'm picking Nosferatu because it's one of like 3 movies I saw this year.
That is true. That is something we should point out. Kaylee has seen
3 movies this year.
Less amount of movies than we have.
Okay, but I don't have the time to watch a ton of movies.
So here's
But
the thing. Here's the thing that you have to understand. Kaylee is the median American. She goes to the cinemas twice a year. I'm like the next step up. I'm like a little bit crazier. I go like 10, 12, maybe like 14 times a year. Shelby, how many times a year do you go to the movies?
2.
If I had to give like on average, probably around 50.
So that's what we're dealing with.
3.
I actually just went yesterday, but we'll get to the
4.
movie. We'll get to what movie I saw.
All right.
5.
So
Kaylee's
Kaylee, what's going on?
Counting how many movies I saw this year. 5. Hold on. I'm scrolling down those. 6. I did a whole 6 this year. I did a whole 6.
Hey.
Oh wow, that's actually twice as much as
Yeah, I did 18 this year.
How many? Well, okay, so not every movie, because I've seen I went to see a couple multiple times, and I also sometimes they play older movies, and I go see. So okay, so I have seen 40 movies of 2024.
Oh, that's 32 more. Wait, no, 34 more than I did.
All right, so now that I guess if we had to pick one for best movie, it would probably be I Saw the TV Glow, because 2 of us.
The math does work out on that.
Yeah. So I guess best movie is I Saw the TV Glow.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunately the only. I think we're the only awards that are going to give that movie the praise it deserves. Please go watch it. It is fucking unreal. Not everyone will like it, but I do think everyone should see it.
Yes, I agree.
And also,
I have not seen it, but I feel like it would destroy me.
Hundreds of Beavers would fix you. So I would.
Yeah.
I also recommend.
Double feature.
It's very the craziest fucking double feature. Going from I Saw the TV Glow to Hundreds of Beavers.
And you get your emotions a little mixed because it's like, I'm a transgender beaver.
Oh.
Hundreds of them, in fact.
I would say, before we move on from Hundreds of Beavers, I would be remiss if I didn't recount that someone asked someone asked the official account on Twitter if a sequel would be called Thousands of Beavers, and the account replied, "No sequel, but if there was one, we'd call it 200s of Beavers."
Oh,
I love the Twitter account for Hundreds of Beavers is hilarious. It's so good.
Right. Well, I Saw the TV Glow is our 2024 movie of the year.
Best movie.
wow.
Now
Okay.
time for the opposite end of the spectrum. Worst movie.
So I already know Shelby's answer, and it's the same one as mine. But I'm curious to know what Kaylee's answer is.
Okay, so it's very
Out of the six
important.
we've seen, what was the worst?
Out of the 6, oh lord. I really only saw good movies this year. I don't know.
Which one was
Y'all
the
go
worst?
first and come back to me. Y'all go first and come back to me.
Well, I think. Do you want to say
Red
it, Shelby? Yeah, red
It's
one.
red one. It was terrible.
Now, here's the thing.
Oh,
I
what's
watched
wrong
it.
with red one?
I watched it extremely intoxicated with a friend, and I had a grand old time. But it was a bad movie.
I watched it alone in a theater with no one else. And I was extremely sober. And I really wish I wasn't. Because holy shit.
Well, you had to sit, to get the correct viewing of it, you have to sit where Nolan sits in an IMAX screening.
Wow, dude. Red one on this screen, it's gonna be a game changer.
Was it a game changer?
Oh my god.
We'll never know
It
because
was-
we didn't see it. We didn't see it in IMAX, so we didn't see it the
You're
way
right.
the artists
That's why it's
the artists intended.
Don't say artists. That's
Wait,
that's
you're
not
telling
applicable
me
here.
you're telling me Jake Kasdan, the director of Red One, Sex Tape, the Jumanji reboots. Wait, I will say he did have one legitimately amazing movie, which was Walk Hard, the Dewey
Which was
Cox
Red
story.
One.
I know. Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story is one of my favorite movies of all time.
So I have an answer. It's gonna be a really stupid answer.
Okay.
It's Tarot.
What is that?
The scary movie based around tarot cards.
Oh, the tarot
came
card.
out. That's a movie.
Yeah, that's
forgot
what I
about
watched.
that.
I watched it with some college friends, and
Okay.
it was really shit. That's all I can say.
All right. Well,
There is
I
a
think,
lesbian couple, though. There is a lesbian couple, so I will give it a star.
I think that
Red
the
One is
worst movie will
unfortunately
be
the straightest
yeah.
movie. I also want to. I feel like I haven't seen it, but I feel like if I watched Amelia Perez, it might be my least favorite. It might be the worst movie of the year
Probably.
for me.
I think
Okay,
Amelia
what's
Perez.
the movie that
Everything
you
I've heard about
haven't seen?
It gives Crash vibes. Like
I
everything
will
I've heard.
I will say none of us have seen Amelia Perez, but I think it will come up for a specific category later on.
Oh yes, for sure.
You know what? I think we should see.
What?
We should all watch. Hold on.
Reagan.
Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate.
No.
Right.
Wouldn't that be such
what's
a
the
great
next
time?
what's next on the list? We're taking a long time to get through these first
yeah.
couple.
There's so many. Most disappointing movie. This is actually a little difficult. I have to. Oh, I know. I actually know. Easily most disappointing movie of the year was Alien Romulus.
I was going to say that as well,
Mm.
which I don't think by any means is a bad movie. Like there are movies that came out that are far worse than it, but I had very high expectations for it.
Me too. I was like
extremely high expectations
because I really liked the director. The trailers looked fucking incredible. I love Alien. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I just love that it looked like it was going back to like what made that first movie work so well. And at times it does. There's some really cool parts. There's some really fun set pieces. The cinematography is really good.
Yeah.
The third act is fucking crazy, and I loved it. I loved how fucking nutty it was. It went. like I kind of wish the whole movie was that fucking batshit crazy. But a lot of it, unfortunately, it's very safe. It feels very much like greatest hits of the Alien franchise.
It is in
There's
many
a fucking
ways.
there's a fucking CGI recreation of a dead actor, and it's awful. He literally looks like a fucking chimpanzee. It just why did you notice why were his ears so fucking huge?
I will say, Alien Romulus will come up again later, so we'll
Yeah.
have more to discuss for a certain thing that's coming up. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a very disappointing movie that could have been great and wasn't.
It wasn't
It was
bad,
good.
but
It was pretty good. It was
it was all right.
you know
I would say it was okay. It was
you know
fine.
what it was? It was the Rogue One of the Alien franchise.
Honestly, yeah,
Wow.
that is kind of perfectly I had because both movies I had very high expectations for, and like at points it delivered, but most of it was just like very safe, very like it was pretty, it was neat to look at, it was well made, but
Yeah.
just everything about like the story and the characters and like a lot of the sequences just felt so
Yeah.
watered down of it felt like I don't love Alien Covenant. I really like Prometheus. I don't love Alien Covenant. But man, Alien Covenant just like I don't know, that like at least that movie I felt something watching it. Like it was different. It was
Yeah.
unique. It was different. It was different. It was something that felt like a visionary, like, oh, this somebody wanted to make this. I
Yeah.
don't feel that with Alien Romulus.
Yeah. Yeah, I went in expecting the Alien Romulus I saw in the trailers. Instead, I got Romulus in Alien Story.
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely most disappointing movie of the year.
Yeah.
Kaylee, do you have a
I have not seen any of the Alien movies. So I have no personal idea what y'all are talking about. But I out of the 6 movies I have seen this year, I guess the only one that I thought was kind of disappointing was like the shit. Fuck, I'm a terrible person to have on this podcast.
I would say before we move on, while we're on the subject of disappointing movies, do you want to share any words about Driveway Dolls, Shelby?
Oh goodness.
it was good. I didn't like I'm not sure if I would say it was it was disappointing, but not in like a oh it didn't deliver what I hoped it would. It did, but it like I was kind of hoping for I don't know more. Like if you watch the trailers and think that looks fun, it basically gives you that exact experience from the trailer.
Okay.
But I was like I watched it because I don't know. I just expected a little bit more than what the
Yeah.
trailer provided, and it gave me that, but nothing else.
I will say this isn't a movie I was excited for, nor is it even a movie I watched. As far as disappointments go, Matthew Vaughn, what happened, buddy?
Argyle. Honestly, Argyle is. I didn't see it, but it is
What
probably
is
a contender
Argyle?
for
Worst movie.
it's
We don't have
it is a
time.
contender for worst movie. Yeah, but we don't. Kaylee, do you have anything to add for the most disappointing movie?
Okay, so I saw the Bob Marley biopic with my grandma.
Okay.
And there were a lot of good parts, but I felt like I don't know, it was just like I love his music, but it was kind of well, the main actor was great, but the movie lacked a lot of like depth and stuff, and
Didn't have the
I
sauce.
think yeah, and I just yeah, it lacks some depth, and I feel like it's a movie like people like kind of like we needed in 2024 about like a person like that, but it just didn't live up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like musician biopics that kind of I feel that way about. I remember I was really excited for
Mhm.
Bohemian Rhapsody when the trailers were coming out, and then
Yeah.
man, it was just so fucking like, blech.
Yeah,
Nothing really.
the trailers were edited in a really like kind of weird way, and it's like, oh, it's kind of cool. Then you found out the entire movie was edited that way.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like fucking Suicide Squad, like the way it's edited. Like, uh, best actor.
Oof.
Best actor.
Lily
I
Rose
do.
Depp. I'm going with that.
I do have a
Yes.
best actress, so we're
Okay.
Oh shit.
um
Oh,
I
you're
thought.
old school. I
Wait.
understand.
best
Oh.
actor.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say Justice Smith in I Saw the TV Glow.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with a different one.
Oh no.
Actually, I'm gonna go with a. God, this is. I gotta go with Timothy in Dune Part 2. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet. I gotta go with Timothée. Performance of his career. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm. He was really
I
good.
so good.
I do feel like he does need to up his. I mean, he's fantastic, but I do think I want to wait to see what he does in Dune Messiah because that's gonna ask for the most. That's gonna ask for the most range, I think, from him.
Yeah,
He
that's
needs to
true.
really deliver in that. So I'm reserving judgment for that one, but I do think he was very good in Dune Part 2. Kaylee, do you have a pick for best actor?
Okay. I'm going with Nicholas Holt in Nosferatu. Crazy. But
That's a good
he was
one.
such a pathetic
It's good.
little man baby in the first act when he got to Dracula's castle, and it just like got me.
Don't you mean
I
Count
thought,
Orlok's castle? What are you
yeah,
talking
I,
about?
I
It has
thought I
nothing
thought
to
it
do
was
with
like,
Dracula.
Legally distinct.
Yeah, legally has nothing to do with Dracula.
Yeah.
yes, I thought his like acting, his facial expressions, movements, and stuff was like it made me feel much more terrified of what was happening just because of the way that Nicholas Holt acted in that
Hmm.
scene, and like I don't know, I really enjoyed the uh the emotional bits he had throughout the movie. I thought they were really well done, and I thought he was directed very well, and I just think he did a great job. And for another honorable mention, unironically, the only other movie that I've talked about during this whole thing was the Bob Marley movie. I really enjoyed the Ben Kingsley Adair guy who played Bob Marley. He did really good in that. So
Um,
I
I
am the
will
median
say,
American.
I loved Nicholas Hoult in Nosferatu, but I would actually say he has a performance this year that I would say is even better.
Mm.
And it's a movie not a lot of people are talking about, but I think it's very underrated. I think it's overlooked. But Juror Number Two was one of my favorite movies of the year, and he delivers. I was torn between giving this award to either Justice Smith or him for Juror Number Two. So for that reason alone, the fact that you uh nominated him and I was torn between him for another role, I do think Nicholas Hoult has to win this one.
I'm good with
Just
that.
generally,
Yeah,
It's
just,
fantastic.
just Nicholas Hoult. He's fucking
he's so
he's he's
cool.
he's an amazing
Phenomenal
actor. He's,
actor.
yeah, one of my favorites right now. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see him as Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Can't wait to see him balder than ever.
Yeah.
You know,
um,
he is kind of in a way playing the opposite of his role in X-Men.
yeah, that's true.
Because in that he had a lot of hair, and in this he doesn't have much.
Yeah.
He's going back to He's going back to the Mad Max days.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now Best Actress, and I do think we can all
Oh.
agree that it's Lily Rose Depp.
Oh
in that
yeah,
movie.
100%.
I do agree that it's Lily Rose Depp, but I want to give. I know I've brought up Dune Part 2 a lot. I want to give Rebecca Ferguson just a shout out
Oh yeah,
because
absolutely.
holy shit,
Oh yeah.
like she plays two different characters in that movie. Like
I
in
also
both.
do want to give out. I also do want to give a shout out to Anya Taylor-Joy in Furiosa.
Yes. Yes.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Uh, Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, we just want to. Sorry if we're just kind of like blazing through some of these. We do have a lot to get to. So we're trying to kind of speed
but
around these.
absolutely, Lily Rose Depp deserves it for
Yeah,
Best Actress.
for sure.
100%.
Best animated movie. Flow,
Uh,
I think, for me.
I haven't seen Flow. That would definitely
what's
be my number.
Flow?
It's a
Cat.
movie. It's
Movie about a cat.
a silent. Yeah, it's a silent movie. That's independent silent movie. About a cat that that kind of befriends this group of animals that are trying to survive a flooded world.
That's cool.
It's fantastic. I loved it so much. It's very short, but it was just so like it was beautiful to look at. There were so many like long takes that I was really shocked by. Like those could not have been easy. It's just so like when you're able to tell a story with zero dialogue and still get you like emotionally invested, that's
Hmm.
fucking impressive. And this was able to do that. I found myself like genuinely at times on the edge of my seat. There was one scene that almost brought me to tears. It was so just oh my god, it was fantastic. One of the best movies of the year for sure. I think literally right behind I Saw the TV Glow and Hundreds of Beavers would be Flow. It's fantastic.
So I've only seen 2 animated features this year or last year, and I think they both are about as good as one another. And that's Transformers 1 and The Wild Robot. I think I don't know if I have a preference in the two.
I don't
I
know if
think
I'd agree that they're about as good as each other. I love I rewatched The Wild Robot a couple days ago, and it's still like I still think it's fantastic. It made me cry both times.
yeah, I think both movies are very good. I I think actually, yeah, I think The Wild Robot pulls ahead because that is like a more of a.
It feels like it's harkening back to like early 2010s DreamWorks when
Yeah,
it was going for like big grand scale emotion. And it I don't know. There are scenes there are scenes in that I just like I was just blown away by. The animation is incredible. I think the voice acting is really good despite a lot of like I don't know, usually I'm very like with like celebrity voices in animated movies, but I can't like there weren't any in The Wild Robot that I was distracted by. Like I think like, even Pedro Pascal, I did not recognize his voice. Mark Hamill, I
yeah.
didn't recognize his voice.
I didn't know it was
Uh,
Pedro Pascal until after I
I
saw
think
the movie.
Lupita Nyong'o did incredible as the main robot. I can't
Yeah.
remember her name. Um,
Um.
Even fucking Kit Connor did really good. Uh, which I would not expect
He
you
is
to
so
say.
cool. What's wrong with him? He's great.
Nothing. I just didn't think he'd be like great in like a kids animated movie. Like if you hear Kit Connor is one of the lead voices in an animated movie, wasn't I wasn't expecting him to really pull it off, but he does. He does a great job.
I suppose.
Uh. Yeah. I think Transformers 1 is it's good. It's a fun roller coaster.
Yeah, it's a fun ride.
Yeah. I don't think I mean I think it's pretty obvious this award's going to go to Flow though for us.
Probably.
I feel I haven't seen
I
it,
have
but
not been mentioned.
what is your
Yeah.
favorite? I didn't know you saw an animated movie this
Did you
year.
see an anime movie this year?
Yes, I did. I saw one.
Oh, what was
So
it?
it's the default. It's Inside Out too.
Oh.
Oh, I liked that. That was good.
I enjoyed it.
It was fun. It was very.
Yeah,
I liked.
that's the only one I saw, so it wins by default.
You know what? You know what Inside Out movie I want to watch?
What?
What's that?
I want to watch a sequel. I want the third one to take a leap. I want it to take place like 80 years later. And we slowly
80?
find out that yeah, and we
80
slowly
years?
find out that Riley has dementia.
Oh
And so
god.
she's like,
fuck?
And so it's just, that moment in the first movie where the imaginary friend disappears, that's just happening to everything. And it's like slowly turning into like
I'm pretty sure
like-
there's like a fucking those those like fucking what are they called? Like internet like horror things. Not creepypasta. What are they called?
I don't know.
So there's like a weird like horror thing on the internet about it's like, oh, Inside Out, but Riley's bipolar and something, and it's like some
Oh,
weird
that's
like
dumb.
horror thing. It's like where like Joy starts like getting like tainted by some like weird depressive thing, and she starts killing all the other fucking. It's so dumb. I saw it like I stumbled across it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? um, it was dumb, but it was a little silly. But uh. I think I'm gonna stick to Flow. Although the Wild Robot does come pretty damn close, I think.
I will blindly believe you on Flow. I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah,
I will also
when you
blindly
told me what
believe
your
you.
issues, what you told me when your issues, when you told me what your issues with the Wild Robot were, I do think that made me enjoy it a little bit more because I didn't have that expectation of like, oh, it is gonna be kind of like a Wall-E like silent movie for the most part. Like it wasn't that. It starts out like that, but it very quickly takes a different approach. But I still think that approach is like done extremely well. So I wasn't like disappointed when it took that approach. But I do think you would like Flow a lot because it is basically that, but it sticks to that the whole movie.
Okay.
And I loved it. I loved it so much. So yeah, Flow, best animated movie.
Cool.
Best action scene.
Holy shit!
Okay.
I gotta peruse the 6 movies.
There is
I do have a pick for this.
I have 2 picks for it. And
Okay.
one of them I do like a little more, but I wanna talk about
Can I say mine
which
first?
is sure, go ahead.
I want to say fucking what's his name? What character? Paul Atreides. Okay, Paul Atreides versus Fade Rotha in Dune Part
Yes,
2.
I was gonna get to that as well. That is
I can't
my
believe I
pick.
forgot who Timothy Chalamet actually played in that movie.
Yeah, Paul Atreides versus Fade
Uh,
Rotha.
I think I'm
is
the one with dementia, not Riley.
he plays Chani, right?
yeah,
Yeah, he plays
I think
fucking somebody.
Paul versus Fade I think is the best action sequence of the year.
You
I'm
said what?
actually not gonna give it to.
I have a shout out for a scene in Monkey Man. I just wanted to say, which is the bathroom fight that centers around the knife.
That one is really good.
That blew me away in theaters. And then the entirety of Furiosa as well, but that that's the point.
I was actually going to get to Furiosa. Furiosa, because the thing is, like, if I were to say like, oh, Mad Max Fury Road, the whole thing's in action scenes, so it's hard to pick down. But the thing is, Furiosa isn't Fury Road.
That's right.
Which is what I like about it. There's a lot of like time between action in that movie, but there are 2 action scenes in that movie that do stand out to me. And I think I have a preference for them, but both are incredible. One is the like 15-minute long highway chase scene.
Right. Yes.
And it's like you think it's gonna end, but then it keeps going and it keeps getting like crazier and crazier. And there's like no music throughout. Like usually like with Mad Max, especially like with Fury Road, you expect like big, loud, bombastic music. But the fact that they just let it go and there's like very little music. It's so cool. And it's just the way it builds and constantly builds and builds, and it's never boring. You're never like, oh, when is this gonna end? It just keeps building and building and getting crazier and crazier. And they're able to use just this like one truck, but they're able to use it with like so much space, and it's awesome. The other scene that I'm thinking of is the sniper rifle scene. Where she's propped up on the propped up with the sniper rifle and is trying to shoot Chris Hemsworth. Meanwhile, like that tower's about to collapse, and
I feel like
that
we've
one
all
guy's
done that at least once in our lives.
Okay.
You know?
But I do think I'm gonna give it to the chase scene. I think it was so.
I think you might have swayed me. As much as I want Dune 2 to win something here, the highway, the like tanker scene, the truck scene,
There is something I think it'll win, but we'll get to it.
Okay, it is more impressive than as good as that third act fight. As good as that third act fight is in Dune 2. Yeah, it's. I mean that sequence in Furiosa just blows me away. I don't know how they did it to this day.
It's awesome. George Miller.
So I guess Furiosa.
This is an open letter to I believe Universal. No, it's not Universal. It's WB. WB makes these movies. This is an open letter to Warner Brothers. Please, I know Furiosa bombed, but please let George Miller make Mad Max: The Wasteland. Please. It's so fucking sad that movie bombed because it's so good, and it's exactly what people have been asking for with action movies. Action movies have been so mediocre for so many years, and people keep asking for a really fucking good action movie. Furiosa is that, and George Miller is one of the best directors working today, and he really wants to make one last Mad Max movie, Mad Max: The Wasteland, and I fucking really want to see him make it, but I don't think it's gonna happen because of the Furiosa bombing. But please, open letter to Warner Brothers. Please let George Miller
cook.
Yeah. Let him cook. Please make Mad Max: The Wasteland. Please, I'm begging you. I will see it as many times as I need to for it to succeed.
Are you gonna be the one person who watches it in theaters? Gonna be like,
you know that guy who watched Captain Marvel like 156 times? That's gonna be me with Mad Max: The Wasteland. Please, please make it happen. Next up is Best Score Track. This one's interesting because it's not Best Score or Best Soundtrack. Best Score Track. So one track.
I think. Okay. I am probably. Let me think. Of the 6 movies I've seen this year, I really should not be on a film podcast, but I think my presence elevates it because the median American can sit here and watch and be like, "Oh, that's literally me."
Yeah.
It's a
probably.
Possibly.
I would say the. Hold on, give me 1 second. Y'all go first, and I'll.
I'm gonna say I could use a boost from The Wild Robot.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like I said, it harkens back to like 2010s, you know, like with like Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon, that like big swelling emotionally driven, like powerful track, and it's just so like it stuck with me, and I've listened to it a lot since seeing it. Either that or something from Doom Part 2. I'm trying to think of probably Kiss the Ring, I think, from Doom Part 2.
Kiss the Ring,
which is the like the end of the movie.
Yeah, that last track.
I want to say I really enjoy Worm Ride.
That one's really good too. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go for Kiss the Ring.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dune won.
Yeah, Dune won a thing.
Oh my god!
But fucking Hans Zimmer gets the fucking credit. God damn it!
Oh god damn it! Fuck. It's all right. Hans Zimmer or his one of his
Hans Zimmer's assistant.
Yeah, congratulations on the win.
Yeah.
Best shot.
Dracula's ass in Nosferatu, number one.
Right, you found it.
I'm gonna say There's
this
Still
is hard.
Time from I Saw the TV Glow.
That one's up there. I feel like there's a shot in that movie where it's Justice Smith's character walking down a dark school hallway, and it's like a long take, and throughout you're getting like little drawings on the screen of like I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but there's like drawings and little like messages on the screen as he's walking down, and as he's walking down, it gets like darker and darker. There's like a flickering light. That's probably my favorite shot of the year. Kaylee, are you sticking? Are you sticking with kind of?
Okay, I'm gonna go with a serious answer. Okay. I really like the shot of where in Nosferatu where Nicholas Hoult stands in the road with the snow falling all around him in the middle of the night.
Yeah. That's really good.
That scene, like when he realizes that the carriage is coming towards him, beautiful. It was so fun to look at. And it made me be like, damn, I'm living out my goth girl dreams in this theater right now.
I'll say again, awesome. I want to once again give a shout out to Monkey Man, which is just the shot of Dev Patel coming out of the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
At the really end.
Cool. Yeah.
Just shout out, a great shot. Yeah, my answer is There Is Still Time.
Mm-hmm. Worst actor. This is hard.
I mean, The Rock's a contender.
Dude, that's true. I'm gonna give it to
Henry Cavill and Argyle.
I didn't see that. I'm gonna give it to I'm gonna give it to I hate to do this because I love him, but this was a particularly bad performance. Giancarlo Esposito in Megalopolis.
Oh
wow.
Really bad. You. It's okay, like it's memorably bad. Like it's very funny bad, but it's like, wow, what the fuck is he doing? Like cuz like, he's one of my favorite actors. He's fucking phenomenal. But in this movie, he's doing like this weird thing where every line of his, he's like shouting. And it's like, I guess it's different because, you know, usually Giancarlo Esposito is like plays very soft spoken, well-mannered. But in this one, he's like, what? Where is he? What is he doing? And it's like he's like always screaming. He's like has like these weird like frenetic movements, and it's so like he always sounds like he's in a different movie than everybody else. It's just like very confused performance that I was like constantly just thinking, what the fuck was happening?
I think I've heard so much about Megalopolis. I believe you, and I think that it can go to that performance.
I've heard like nothing but.
Oh wait, actually, no, wait, never mind. I know who the worst actor is of 2024. It's Nick Kroll in Red One.
Oh God, you're right. He was fucking insufferable. I couldn't. He was in the movie for like 5 minutes, and I was just like,
that is the worst performance of last year.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Nick Kroll because I don't like Nick Kroll. I don't like him, so I feel less bad giving it to him.
I'm still sticking with Henry Cavill and Argyle.
All right, fair enough. Best costuming.
I mean, Nosferatu. Right?
Yeah, that would be my answer too.
Yeah, it's
like you know, there's some great costuming in Dune Part 2, some great costuming in Wicked, some great costuming in like I don't know, freaking Alien.
Wicked is definitely up there. Yeah.
Nosferatu. It is Nosferatu. We can all agree.
Absolutely.
All right,
it's just everything they put Lily Rose Depp in was absolutely gorgeous.
It was awesome. Next up, best atmosphere. I'm also gonna give this to
Nosferatu.
Oh my god,
Definitely giving it to Nosferatu. Shout out to I Saw the TV Glow.
for
Shout
sure.
out to-
That's up there.
I have
Yep.
not seen that.
Shout out to Doom Part 2. Shout out to Furiosa.
Mhm.
Also,
Oh,
shout out to Conclave. I'm the only person
Mm.
here who's seen it, but shout out to Conclave on the atmosphere.
I would
You know
also
what?
give a shout
My
out to,
grandparents loved it.
I also give the shout out to the wild robot
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
Nosferatu.
and flow for sure. But
Nos-
yeah,
Nosferatu, I
Nosferatu
think,
wins
wins.
best atmosphere.
Yeah.
My grandparents loved Conclave, and I kind of want to see it. Is it good?
It's pretty good.
Best effects. I'm gonna say
Obviously we give it
Yeah.
to the behemoth Deadpool and Wolverine.
Obviously, Alien Romulus for its CGI.
but only for Ian Holm, nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else. No, best effects. Yeah, Doom Part 2 for sure.
Yeah,
Doom Part
100%.
two.
The fact that
Part
the
two,
fact that
100%.
the worm that Paul rides on is practical. Insane.
Holy shit, they actually went to like the fucking Sahara and got a big desert worm. That's so
They
cool.
found
No.
they found the worm. They went. Fun fact. They filmed on location on Arrakis.
Yeah, no.
Holy shit.
But they
Can
did
we
they
go?
did build like a big worm for him to ride on, and
Yeah.
Can we have a possibly comedic
blew
podcast episode on Arrakis?
We're
here calling from Arrakeen, the capital of Dune.
We have gallons of water next to us because we're absolutely gonna
The God Emperor
pass
has
out from
just
dehydration.
the Emperor of mankind has just decreed that that the Harkonnens are to return.
We are going to be pouring water into the ground to own the libs.
But yeah, they built like a big worm for him to ride on, and they fucking blew pounds of sand and dirt into his face.
It did.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Best villain.
Okay. Here's the thing. There were some
Count Orlok,
great
I would give.
villains.
Count Orlok.
So Count Orlok's up there. My three favorite villains of the year are Chris Hemsworth as Dementus.
Oh,
Fucking
I thought you were just going to
generational,
say Chris
right.
Hemsworth.
generational villain.
You're right. Shit, I forgot about him.
I thought you were just going to say Chris Hemsworth, and I was going to be like, damn, I didn't think he was that good.
Austin Butler as Fade Rautha. And
That's up there for sure.
Gender dysphoria, and I Saw the TV Glow.
That's the most real
most
villain
terrifying.
of them all.
Well, technically isn't there like a literal personification in the, what is it called, like the
Fucking Mr. Moon or whatever.
Yeah, Mr. Sad or
Mr. Melancholy.
Mr. Melancholy, yes. Yeah. I'm gonna give it to the titular beavers and Hundreds of Beavers.
So my main one though is Chris Hemsworth as Dementus. That's my pick. More than Orlok. I love
Oh my god,
Orlok and Nosferatu, but
that's hard. I don't know. It's either Count Orlok or I'm gonna give it to Count Orlok. I feel like he just edges out slightly.
what?
Hey, what?
Shut up. But
buddy, I think he's doing more than edging.
fuck you.
So we're giving it to Orlok?
I think so. But
right.
God, Dementus is close.
I love Dementus. He is my favorite villain of the year, last year.
Dementia is a bitch.
Best Needledrop.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say, oh god, what's that song in I Saw the TV Glow? Something Anthem for 17-Year-Old Girl or something.
Yeah, Anthem for 17-Year-Old Girls.
Yeah. That I'm gonna say
That's
my-
probably the winner.
uh,
But and I don't think this movie is very good. But and I especially the third act in which the needle drop happens, I don't think it's very good. However, shout out to Like a Prayer from Deadpool and Wolverine.
it's pretty
Oh
epic.
my, that's
It's
literally
pretty,
what I was gonna say.
it goes kind of nutty in the theaters.
It's pretty epic. Not gonna lie.
I mean, the song is about blowjobs.
I'm not being facetious. It went nutty
It was kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both times I think it was cool.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
It was a good song choice.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Also shout out to Live and Learn in Sonic 3.
I have not seen Sonic 3.
But
Yeah,
I
I've not
think
seen any.
I
it was
think
it was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it.
I think Anthem for a 17-year-old girl definitely in
Yeah.
I Saw the TV Glow definitely.
Oh, you know what? Actually, there is one more I want to give a shout out to. Rock DJ in Better Man. There is a musical sequence set to Rock DJ from Robbie Williams in Better Man, and it is one of the most electric and like fucking jaw-dropping sequences in a movie.
Yeah. Well, so we'll say before we move on.
I have
Needle
not
drops,
seen any movies with needle drops in them.
before we move on from needle drops, feeling good from the end of A Quiet Place Day 1. That was pretty effective.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
But yes, I Saw the TV Glow takes it for best needle drop.
So now we're kind of getting into the territory of stupid.
Okay.
So,
this is what it's all about. We are a comedy podcast. Forget Eric. Skip to this point in the video.
Skip to this point. This is the part that actually matters. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Best mid movie.
Oh, Craven the Hunter.
I don't know if that counts as mid. I think that's just awful.
I mean,
yeah,
it is Wicked, right?
I was gonna give it to Deadpool and Wolverine.
I was also gonna give it to Deadpool and Wolverine because I like
mid.
there was a lot of parts in Deadpool and Wolverine that like it was mostly just Hugh Jackman. Like when he was talking to Laura, not my girlfriend Laura. Shout out to my girlfriend Laura, but Laura Kinney by that fire. I thought that was a really good scene, and I just every time like Hugh Jackman had an emotional moment, I thought he was the best, and it was like wow, 50% of this movie pretty okay, pretty good.
Here's the thing. I've soured. I liked Deadpool and Wolverine enough when it came out. I've soured on it quite a bit since then. I think
if we are counting Wicked as mid, I would say yeah, Wicked is the best mid movie. I don't know if I'd say it's mid.
Here's the thing.
It's like it's a step above mid. It's like pretty good, I would say. It's like decent.
I mostly agree. But it does look like an MCU movie.
Does. You are right. It does look like shit.
It is.
But that's the one thing though. Like it would be like really great. Like I would really, really love it if it didn't just look like ass. Like it just
right. But like, here's the thing. It can have the best screenplay, the best acting, the best music, the best everything, the best singing. But film is a visual medium.
Yeah.
Why does it look like that?
I don't know. I like.
Why does what look like that?
Wicked.
Oh.
Almost. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with Beetlejuice 2.
Oh, okay.
Because again, like, I don't think Wicked is mid, but I do think Beetlejuice 2 is mid. But it was like mid in like it was alright. Like. It was like,
I'm okay with giving it to Beetlejuice 2.
Beetlejuice 2, I think. But Deadpool and Wolverine, I do think is also a contender for sure.
I think it's most mid movie.
That's fair.
That's my opinion on Deadpool and
Middest
Wolverine.
mid movie.
Middest mid movie. We'll give that. That's what we'll do next year. Is we'll do middest mid movie.
Middest mid movie. But best mid movie, I'm gonna give to Beetlejuice 2.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Best white people movie.
Ooh, okay. This is gonna be the most
Now this
difficult
is
one.
something Wicked can
This is
I
Wicked's a contender. Although Wicked is more millennial movie than it is white movie, if that makes sense. I know I know
That is
people of color
fair.
who like
It is
Wicked.
pretty white
It's just
though. It is.
Yeah. It's also pretty green, but
Wow.
my pick for best white person movie is A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan biopic.
Ooh. I haven't seen that.
Hey, no one say what you will about James Mangold. He's the GOAT at making white people movies.
That is true.
Yes, very true.
I also want to give a shout out to Lisa Frankenstein.
Is that a white person movie?
I would say so.
Okay.
It gives off the same vibe as like Tumblr goth.
Oh, okay. I see
but in a
that.
fun way. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah, white doesn't necessarily
Doesn't mean bad.
Yeah. I think, but my pick is definitely A Complete Unknown. Kaylee, do you have a pick?
Mine is Mufasa.
Well, direct. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that counts as a white person movie.
Yeah. That one.
What do you mean?
The cast, the director and the director was black. The cast was predominantly black.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, was it made for white people? Maybe, but
probably
to be a white person, it has to be made by white people for.
Oh, okay. So if we're doing that one, then
in that case, Wicked doesn't.
Yeah, because John M. Chu. Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Despicable Me 4.
Deadpool and Wolverine is also up there.
Yeah, but this is best.
You're right.
White people movie, and I think that is A Complete Unknown.
I guess. Oh, I was thinking when I wrote this, I was thinking like best at being a white.
Oh, okay.
But I guess we can. It doesn't have to be exclusive to that, but
best at being a white person.
I'm gonna also say. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Saturday Night.
Oh, you know what?
Ooh,
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, but that's fair.
It is a fun movie. I enjoyed it, but it is also like extremely, like it's the type of movie that like your 40-year-old dad would be like, this goes hard.
Nope.
It is a white people movie, I would say for sure.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Next up is most uncomfortable sex scene. So this is one from the Poorly Planned podcast. Now there's actually a few. There's actually a couple.
Quite a few we can talk about.
There's some that are like actually uncomfortable, like like Nosferatu. I don't know if I want to joke about. I don't know if I want to joke about those ones because some of them are like actually just genuinely uncomfortable. There's the one in Challengers where Zendaya basically just like plays like sex ping pong with the two male leads, and then immediately afterwards, when she leaves, one of them stands up and has a huge boner, and then the other guy slaps the boner.
Oh, that's so weird.
I mean, so I haven't seen Better Man yet, but
oh yes, this is I saw Better Man yesterday, and I'm glad I did. So the movie what that is. Better Man is a biopic about the musician Robbie Williams, in which he is played by a CGI monkey.
Yeah.
No one else in the movie is a CGI monkey. It's just him. And there is a scene where the CGI monkey, as Robbie Williams, does get a hand job.
I will say.
Oh no,
I will
and
say-
what makes it worse is it's happening as he's making like heavy eye contact with his manager across the room.
Oh.
So I think I'm gonna give it to that.
I think that's fair, and I won't argue with that.
Oh, there is also Joker Folie à Deux. There's
a sex scene in that movie. Oh,
Huh?
There's a
Oh,
scene
wow.
where a very malnourished Joaquin Phoenix does have very rough sex with Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn.
it's
That's
In his prison cell.
awesome.
Oh.
But let's give it to Better Man. I think.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Better
for,
Man.
For the.
Oh, there is
for
also actually it's a lot. Actually, I do want to give more shout outs.
More shout outs.
There's also Queer. The movie with Daniel Craig. There's a scene where we're just watching him get the best head of his life, and it goes on for a while. There's also, I want to give a shout out to Drive Away Dolls. There's a scene where they have a dildo. The two lesbian leads have a dildo that was specifically crafted in the shape of a U.S. senator's penis.
Okay.
And they both are in the shower and they have sex with the penis.
Oh.
And is there any more? There is Megalopolis. I don't know. I don't know if this counts as a sex scene, but there is a sex scene between Aubrey Plaza and Shia LaBeouf. That's very strange.
Oh.
But there's another scene. I don't think this counts as a sex scene, but it is crazy. It is quite bizarre. John Voight is like seemingly on his deathbed. And he's like he's in bed and he has like he's like under the covers and there's like a little stick pointing up from his covers and he like looks at Aubrey Plaza and Shia LaBeouf and is like, "Ugh, check out this boner that I got."
What the fuck?
And then he asks like, "Hey, Aubrey Plaza, you want to remove the sheet and see the boner?" And she's like, "Yeah, babe, sure." And then she does, and it's a fucking bow and arrow, and he kills both of them.
Oh.
Or no, I don't think Shia LaBeouf dies, but he does. No, he shoots Aubrey Plaza in the chest, and she dies, and then he shoots he shoots Shia LaBeouf in the ass, and he survives. I don't know. I don't think that counts as a sex scene.
Does an arrow in the ass count as anal penetration?
It's up, but I don't. For that reason, I don't think it counts. But that being said, that I do want to mention that one. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Better Man for CGI monkey getting jerked off.
All right.
Oh.
What is next?
Most Twitter-brained movie.
This is one of mine.
Oh.
Deadpool, Wolverine. I feel
It's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, that's kind of the obvious pick.
Channing Tatum, Gambit. Like he was fun. It was
fun.
He was hilarious.
But it is very much like a Twitter brain movie.
No, long
from
I've been
start
with
to finish.
Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Yeah, there's there's no questioning it. It's for sure.
Yeah.
Baldest Actor. So this is another one taken from Where They Plan Podcast. And
I forgot that.
like many of their years, I do have to give it. Oh, actually, there's two I might give it to. There's the obvious Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
It's pretty bald.
But there is also
What?
Jim Carrey as both Eggman and Eggman's dad in Sonic 3.
Pretty bald.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he's
say
quite
I'm
bald.
gonna give it to Jim Carrey because it's double the bald.
Yeah, double
No.
the bald,
He's
double
a
the
double
danger.
bald.
Next up, Fattest Ass.
This is Kaylee.
Oh.
I want to be clear. This was Kaylee's category that she included into
This is
this.
a very,
curious,
very difficult idea. Oh,
I
don't
don't have an
know.
answer.
Yeah,
I don't
I
have
didn't
an
think
answer.
this
I
one
do
through.
either.
I didn't think this through.
We have to find one. There's a lot of ass shots in the substance of Margaret Qualley.
How fat is it? Oh wait, I
way
have an answer.
said that went crazy.
I have an answer.
What's your answer?
Sebastian Stan is Donald Trump.
No.
Oh,
Does he have
no.
It's
Does he
pretty
have a
big.
fat
No.
It's pretty big.
No.
Oh my god. Oh god. Shia LaBeouf. He gets shot in the ass. I don't know. This is an ass.
Oh.
I guess we'll give it to Sebastian Stan. I guess.
Yeah, let's all give it to Sebastian. Let's all give it to Sebastian Stan. Yeah.
We could also give it to we could also give it to the xenomorph from Alien Romulans.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That does not have a fat ass. That is like the
Oh, yeah, it's pretty bony.
smallest.
It's pretty bony, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
It's
just
like
has
Count
big
Warlock.
hips.
Speaking of bones, best prosthetic cock.
So this was another one of
Oh,
Kaylee's
bro,
categories.
dude.
No,
This-
there's only one to give it to. It's Nosferatu.
Weirdly enough, Dune Part 2.
Weirdly
really?
enough, no.
Weirdly enough, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Weirdly enough, Wicked.
I'm going with Nosferatu.
Oh my god! You know the scene where we see where
The broom is very phallic shaped.
the scene where we see Jeff Goldblum's ding dong. I knew it wasn't real, but man,
It was too big.
Oh.
it
It was too small. It couldn't be real.
Oh my god.
Best hat. Now, Wicked, I actually think has a shot at this.
Wicked has a shot at this. Nosferatu has a shot at this with that furry hat that Count Orlok has when we meet him.
That's true.
Oh, yes. See, I
like-
don't think those kind of furry hats look good.
You know who I have to give it to?
Who?
I'm actually gonna put this in the chat in a second.
I will also give a shout out to the little hats that the Cardinals have at Conclave.
I'm actually gonna give it to Gene Kayak in Hundreds of Beavers. I'm gonna show you.
So excited to see this hat. I've never been more excited to see a hat in my entire life.
I want you to
I
look
do
in.
enjoy hats.
I want you to look in Mike Muted.
Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's number one.
That's the winner.
It's the
Yeah.
He does have this for the majority of the runtime in the movie.
Undisputed winner.
I love one thing I love about it is that like it's strapped to him, but like
It's what?
so like the hat is strapped to him to his back, I think. So like every now and then it'll just fall off his head and it just keeps dangling, but like he'll like be like running and it falls, but he like just keeps like trying to get it back on his head as he's running. It's great. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Gene Kayak in Hundreds of Beavers. Best hat.
I agree. That's a pretty good hat. I like that hat.
Movie that would give my 5-year-old self a heart attack.
Well, I feel like for the two of you, I saw the TV Glove.
Oh.
Wow.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, I will say if I was 5 years old and I did see Deadpool and Wolverine, I would be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Wait, so what's the
Um,
category again?
Movie
your
that would make
category.
my this is yours. Movie that would give my 5-year-old self a heart attack.
Okay, so I think ooh, yeah, I gotta peruse my options here.
Alien Romulus would give the third act, the last like 15
That is
minutes
true.
would give
That almost
5-year-old me
gave me a heart
attack.
attack in the
Yeah, it
theater.
almost gave me a heart attack, and I'm 20.
Oh, I know exactly which one I'm picking.
But
Which one?
I'm picking Winnie the Pooh 2, Blood and Honey.
You
wait. Now I'm looking at movies that I haven't seen. Hold on. I
The
think my answer,
Substance.
yeah, the Substance probably would give me a heart attack now. I do not handle body horror very well.
I think it's fun.
The Garfield movie. I couldn't handle that amount of sauce.
Mean
I see.
Girls.
Raven the Hunter.
Venom 3.
The Borderlands movie.
I think I'm gonna give it to I Saw the TV Glow, probably.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
Alright,
I'm
Best
sorry, that was rude.
best franchise slop.
Okay,
Ooh,
here's the thing. Here's
ooh.
the thing. You might think Deadpool and Wolverine, that's the most franchise slop, but this isn't the most franchise slop. This is the best franchise slop, and that is Alien Romulus.
I was gonna give it to Godzilla X Kong.
Because
gonna...
then you go, because this isn't best movie in a franchise. That would be Furiosa or Dune Part 2. No, this is best franchise slop.
I was gonna say Transformers 1.
Ooh, that's a good one. I didn't think about that. That is franchise slop. You're right. And it
I
is
didn't
better
see
than
Godzilla X Kong, but I'm sure it's better than
Godzilla X Kong is the most franchise slot. If this was
I
the most franchise slot,
I also want to say Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is definitely up there for best franchise slot.
Okay, that's fair.
But I think I'm gonna give it to Transformers 1.
Yeah,
I can
that's
agree
good.
with that. I thought Alien Romulus was going to win this one.
Did we go through all of my categories, or did we mix them up?
They're mixed
Oh,
up.
I'm going. I gave them. I just put them in random
Cool.
orders. Movie that would convince someone to join the Nicaraguan Contra.
Oh, Danny,
Okay.
there's not Danny. Kaylee, can you?
It's Reagan.
Kaylee, can you?
It's the Reagan movie.
No arguments. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got nothing for me. Let's go. What's the next category?
Best dance scene. So there's a few contenders here. There's the laser room dance scene between the two Eggmans in Sonic 3. There is the titular dance in Venom: The Last Dance.
Oh my god, yes.
There's the bye 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 dance in Deadpool and Wolverine.
I think I'm going with that one.
There's a lot of great choreography in Wicked.
That is true. Oh, the what is this feeling? Dance.
Yeah, what is this feeling? And Dancing Through Life.
Yeah. There's dancing in Joker 2. It's not the best, but it's dancing.
It's there.
I think I'm gonna give it to Wicked. I think the what is this feeling? I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wicked's bringing something home. That's fun.
Yeah. Most homoerotic movie.
Well,
Ooh,
obviously, Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
absolutely.
I don't know what you're thinking.
Deadpool and Wolverine has. Oh wait.
Venom: The Last
Hold on.
Dance is up there.
Venom: The
Deadpool,
Last
Wolverine.
Dance.
Oh yes,
Red
100%.
One.
Red One.
Red what?
Callum Drift and Jack O'Malley, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Wicked.
Confused.
Obviously, Jeremy Strong and Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice.
What?
No, I'm joking.
I think I'm actually gonna give it to Wicked again. Because Wicked has been homoerotic for decades.
Yeah, I will say, shout out to Transformers 1 with
That is true.
Chris
That's
Hemsworth and Brian Tyree Henry, as Optimus and Megatron, or rather Orion Pax and D16. I don't know. I'm not a nerd. I'm not. I think that. So I think, I mean, we've got to give it to Wicked because Wicked's like the homoerotic.
Wicked is the
Broadway,
homoerotic.
yeah. This is on me because when I chose this category, I was thinking like yaoi. I did not consider Yuri.
Yeah, you.
That's on me. I have to learn from that.
That male, yeah. It really goes to show your gender biases.
Exactly.
I was really only considering the yaoi. I was blinded. I was blinded by the yaoi, and I forgot the Yuri. Yeah, it is the Yuri. It is Wicked. That is the most homoerotic movie of
because here's the thing. It's not just Elphaba and Glinda, although there is a lot of homoerotic tension between them. But they did make Fiyero bisexual.
They did. He has quite a bit of homoerotic tension with that one guy.
Yeah, So I think it's gonna go to Wicked.
He's got to go to Wicked for the double whammy for the yaoi and the Yuri.
Yeah. Most Republican movie. Reagan. I feel.
Yeah.
Well, no. I want this to be out of movies we've actually seen because Reagan's the obvious answer.
Okay.
I want this to be out of movies we've actually seen.
Joker 2.
No. Joker 2 is not Republican.
Most Republican movie. I mean, Dune Part 2 ends with a white guy amassing a massive amount of power and then sending brown people to die in a war. So that's
Civil War. Civil War's up there.
Civil War is I haven't seen it, but you have, and you've told me a lot about it. I mean, if you think about it, Red One is about the Patriot Act. No, it's not.
Megalopolis, I think maybe because it was like the whole idea of it is kind of like it literally is like a white guy who thinks about Rome a lot, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna cast a lot of like canceled actors to fight against the woke. I don't want to make a woke movie. So I think I'm gonna give it to Megalopolis for that.
Okay, I can
Strange Darling is also up there.
Oh, I forgot about that one. You've told me about that one extensively.
Very, very much like we can't believe all women.
Some of those are liars. So Megalopolis is our. I
think I'm gonna give it to Megalopolis. Movie. Probably, okay. Most Democrat movie.
Okay.
Civil War.
It's also Civil War.
It's both.
So the answer is Emilia Perez.
For sure.
But none of us have seen it. None of us have seen it is the issue. But
I feel like I might give it to it anyway, though. I don't know. Just like
Democrat.
It's mere existence, and the fact that it's getting so many awards, despite it being like the most offensive fucking piece of shit ever.
Yeah,
I might have to give it just like it is that movie that like white liberals are gonna watch and be like, oh, this is groundbreaking.
It is cisgender guilt, the movie.
Yeah.
I will say,
white cisgender guilt. The movie, particularly.
yeah.
Even though like everyone in that movie, no one in that movie is Mexican, and they're all like,
yeah,
they have like the worst fucking Spanish in any movie ever.
Are
there any that I'm trying to think?
Wicked is a musical, which is pretty Democrat. You know what I mean?
It does kind of deal with like that kind of like, oh,
it does do a racism metaphor with people who aren't actual skin colors.
Yeah.
Who are green and or animals.
Yeah, I think that's definitely up there.
Now, if you think about it, Alien Romulus is about how you should have an abortion.
The Apprentice is also probably.
The Apprentice is a Trump bashing.
Yeah.
Is a Trump bashing movie, but it's like, I don't know. It's also like uncomfortable, which I think most Democrats would.
Yeah, I don't think that's
with.
like that is true, because like I feel like if it was like a Democrat movie, it'd be more like The West Wing.
Yeah. More like, oh, we beat the bad guys.
Yeah, I think that's what we're kind of like looking for right now. I do think Emilia Perez fits that the best.
The third act of Conclave is pretty Democrat. I love that movie. It's like the third act turns into The West Wing. It turns into Hamilton. It's a really good movie, but
I think that's it. I can't really think of many others.
I guess should we give it to Emilia Perez?
I think so.
Even though we haven't seen it, just from that one scene alone,
its mere existence and the fact that it's winning so many awards, I think earns it.
All right, Emilia Perez is the most Democrat movie of the year.
Yeah. We're getting close to the end.
Okay.
Next up is movie that happened to my buddy Isaac.
Oh, I have the best answer right now.
Okay.
Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew you were going to say some Megamind shit. I fucking knew it. I mean, the obvious answer is a Better Man.
What happens in that movie?
I don't know, but he's a better man.
No, that fits a title for later.
Okay.
Oh,
that's a later award.
Okay.
I'm
not
gonna disagree.
What plot best describes my life?
Yeah, what movie you watch and it's like, this happened to my buddy Isaac. And honestly,
I won't weigh in.
I'm gonna say Megamind and versus the Doom Syndicate.
No.
Yes.
No, you're not. You're not gonna say that.
Yeah, we are.
Fine. I'm gonna say 100 Shades of Fever. No.
Harold and the Purple Crayon. I will not elaborate.
You know what, Isaac?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Monkey Man.
That's so cool.
That happened to me.
Because you befriended a bunch of trans people and then.
Oh my god! And it gave me superpowers.
That is so real.
I am Dev Patel.
Yeah.
Kid. This is so true.
All right, what's the next category?
Next one is movie that happened to my buddy Kaylee.
Would it be mean to say I saw the TV Club?
Only if you also used it on me.
Well, wait, what happens in that movie?
It's about being trans.
It's about being
trans. Oh, well, I knew that part. I was expecting more specifics.
You know,
I'm gonna say Dune Part 2.
Kaylee is Paul Atreides in a way.
Kaylee did start jihad.
I am the Lisan Al Gaib. This is true.
Jihad has been declared. Trillions are dead.
I think jihad is fun. I mean, just look at some examples
Okay,
of
can't
all
that.
say
right,
that.
okay. No.
All right. And then
And
I assume there's
next
another
up is
category.
movie that happened to my buddy Shelby. So
Okay,
I
so,
can't.
I
Ooh.
can't. I'm not allowed to say I saw the TV glow.
That's kind of a stereotypical answer.
Okay, fine. Wicked.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
You know,
I was gonna say either Wicked or I'm gonna say this and I won't elaborate. The Mousetrap.
what the fuck's the mousetrap?
It's a horror movie about Mickey Mouse. I will not elaborate.
Okay. All right. Next up is movie that would kill a small Victorian child. Now I'm gonna put Megalopolis here.
Yeah, that'll
I
do it.
haven't seen it. But Megalopolis is definitely the answer. I
Yeah.
do think that Red One would also kill a small.
That's up there. Yeah.
I think Red One would kill a small Victorian child. I think Godzilla X Kong would also. They go to the center of the planet and they float around.
I would also, if we're doing this, I would also put Deadpool and Wolverine in there.
I think that
Beetlejuice.
Furioso would kill a small Victorian child as
Yeah.
well.
In a weirdly contemporary way, Nosferatu would also.
That's what I was thinking.
Nosferatu did kill a small Victorian child.
Oh God, no.
Two of them, in fact.
Spoilers for everything we talk about, by the way.
Wow,
Say
you
it
mentioned
now.
that right at the end.
I'll just put it at the front.
I think a small Victorian
Okay.
child would. I think a small Victorian child would vibe with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I think they would.
They would vibe with Venom: The Last Dance.
Yeah, they would vibe with it.
Hell yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
The aura is just right.
Yeah.
I think Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes would recognize a small Victorian child's chill and they'd be cool.
Yeah.
Best movie that made me go bananas.
Oh, well, can we before
Obviously.
we choose one, let's list off.
Oh.
We have Godzilla X Kong.
Yes.
We
Okay.
have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
We have Monkey Man.
Yes.
Yeah. Big year for monkeys.
Big year for monkeys.
Is there? Hold on, I'm trying to see if there's any. If there's any I'm missing. There is. I believe there is a monkey in Queer.
Oh.
So Queer is a movie that could make you go bananas theoretically.
Yes. And I think that's it. Yep, I think.
Oh,
those are the
Wicked!
ones.
Wicked could make you.
You're
go
right.
bananas.
Wicked. Yeah.
It could?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has the flying monkeys from Oz.
Yeah, the flying monkeys.
Oh, well, I didn't watch Wicked.
You've never seen Wizard of Oz?
It's been a long ass time.
Do you remember the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz?
I do not.
Wow. Well, they're flying monkeys.
So
I'll tell you this, they certainly made me go bananas.
my choice is Monkey Man. That's my choice for movie that made me go
I am going to
bananas.
say Better Man.
Okay.
Because, man, the amount of things
I'm
that
going
monkey...
with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
That's definitely that's a good one. But the things that monkey did, ooh, I went bananas.
I like that.
Oh.
I like that the movie Monkey Man is about a guy, and the movie Better Man is about a monkey.
They got the wrong actor for both movies. They misread.
But yeah, my answer. We're at a three-way impasse.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna stick with Better Man. I think just because of monkeys.
I like Monkey Man the most.
I like Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It had the most amount of monkey.
That is true.
That's true. That's true. That made me go the most bananas out of any of
them. There wasn't a single scene where I wasn't going bananas.
Yeah.
Exactly, because
I was going pretty bananas throughout the runtime.
So I guess I'm gonna give it to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
All right. Pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best buddy dynamic.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Deadpool and Wolverine was up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a good amount of buddy dynamic. I would also give it
weirdly
to Wicked.
enough. Wicked. Weirdly enough, Conclave. A pretty good buddy dynamic between Lawrence and Bellini.
I don't have. There's not a worst buddy dynamic, but I would give it to The Rock and Chris Evans in Red One.
What do you mean? They were iconic.
There's obviously Venom and Eddie Brock.
My God, yes. Yeah.
There's a lot. There's like Sonic 3 has quite a lot of them. You have the main trio. You have Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. You have Shadow and Maria, and you have the two Eggmans. Who I think I would give it to the two Eggmans for best buddy dynamic of the year.
I will say, Furiosa and Praetorian Jack in Furiosa are also an excellent buddy dynamic.
That one's pretty good.
Also underrated buddy dynamic is Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn in A Quiet Place.
Oh, that one's good. Yeah. I would also say Flo, the animals on the little makeshift raft.
Transformers 1 with D16 and Orion Pax.
You're right.
Great buddy dynamic.
I would also give Hundreds of Beavers, Gene Kayak and the little bearded Santa man that he comes across.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, go.
Andy and Rain in Alien Romulus.
That one's
good. Pretty good. It's a pretty good. That's pretty good.
I think I'm gonna stick to the two Eggmans in Sonic.
I have not seen Sonic 3. I think
that or Wicked.
My answer, probably. I don't know. I'll give it to. I'll let you give it to Sonic 3. Or Eggman.
Right.
I don't think I have a better answer. There were a lot of we just discovered a lot of good buddies this last year.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of good movie buddies. Movies. Shout out, of course, again to Donald Trump and Roy Cohn.
That's the best buddy dynamic. And now, arguably, I think the most important one.
Okay. Yes.
Best mustache.
Count Orlok.
No, Count Orlok's mustache is hideous. Now,
okay, I will say, one thing I'll give Count Orlok is that part of what makes a good mustache in a movie is the surprise of it, the impact. And I will say, when Count Orlok showed up with that little mustache, I was certainly surprised. There's of course the two Eggmans. Man, they're getting a lot of attention. The two Eggmans
more than I would have guessed.
But they do have quite glorious stashes.
I think my two favorite mustaches of last year are both from Nosferatu, and that is Aaron Taylor Johnson's mustache and Willem Dafoe's mustache.
I was about to say Willem Dafoe, but I forgot his name.
That one's really good.
The Willem Dastache. The Willem
Dastache. I also want to give a shout out to Peter in Deadpool and Wolverine. Pretty good.
Oh hell yeah, we love Peter.
Great mustache.
Are we missing any stashes?
I think they're Let me check. I feel like I had like written down like a bunch of stashes.
In a way, didn't Dr. Dillerman have a mustache in Wicked?
He's too. I don't know. I wouldn't count.
Much of a
Okay,
beard.
what about J.K.
Oh,
Simmons? The red one.
he didn't have a stash. He had a beard.
Did he? Oh, okay. Whoops.
Santa has a beard.
And he might have just had a mustache, but he had like the curly. Here's the thing. I think he had a mustache in that movie. Like, yeah, there was a beard too, but like,
that doesn't count. It's not a mustache if it's a beard as well.
No, but if the mustache stands out alongside the beard, then it remains a mustache.
The beard has to be smaller than the mustache for it to count.
I started facial hair discourse.
There is one more we're forgetting, and that is Jesse Plemons in Kinds of Kindness. He does have a pretty great mustache.
A pretty great mustache.
I'll put it in Mike Muted in a second.
This
isn't a movie. This isn't a movie, but the Doctor in Doctor Who has a pretty good mustache.
That's true.
Let me. Here's a Mike Muted. This is
that was a good. That's a good stash.
That's a crazy stash.
It's a good stash.
Good.
He kind of rocks it.
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't be upset if we gave it to him.
My vote is the Willem Dastache.
I also like Willem Dastache.
That's my vote in my heart of hearts.
You know what? Yeah, I think it does have the most power in the scene. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
My attention was drawn to the stash.
Yeah, I could not take my eyes
Especially when
off.
he was yelling in the mansion of the third act. Oh my goodness, the stash is all I see.
You know,
it's on duty.
If this conversation was about beards, I think my favorite beard of last year was Fierro.
That one is pretty good.
No, that he doesn't have.
Yeah,
no, I'm making it. Never. You'll figure it out.
I'm confused.
I was like,
you'll figure it out.
I don't know why I was just like going.
Yeah, I don't know why you were going. I was expecting immediate questioning, and there was none.
Just like totally like, yep, that was pretty good way.
No, a beard is
I haven't seen it.
No, a beard is a term for when a gay person marries someone.
Oh, I see.
To keep up appearances.
All right. Well, that's everyone in Wiki.
You know that thing where it's like he's a gay man, she's a lesbian, their 40-year marriage will surprise you. That's actually about Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Yeoh in that movie.
Oh god.
Oh wait, didn't Jeff Goldblum have a stash?
Did he?
Hold on.
Am I misremembering?
I'm gonna Google. I think he has a stash. He does.
Is it a good stash?
Not really.
Okay, then let's give it to
it's like a pencil stash. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Willem Dastache. I will say, I would consider giving it to Aaron Taylor Johnson, but that being said, he's already won this category before, and that was for Bullet Train.
That was a good stash.
And I don't think this nearly is as good as that one. So
pretty good,
I think I'm gonna give it to Willem Dafoe. Willem Dastache. We're coming up to the end. Next up, these are the final three. Movie title that best describes Isaac.
Before we continue, I just want to say something that I forgot to say earlier. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Possibly Comedic Podcast. I'm Isaac, and I'm joined by my friends Shelby and Kaylee.
Hi.
Should I edit this?
No, please leave it. Please leave it.
Oh my god! I'm so bad at this. Fuck.
We'll get better. We'll get better.
We'll get better, y'all. We got this.
Hi, I'm
I
Shelby.
like to think of the person who's watching this and they go, I wonder what podcast this is until
Guy who doesn't know what we're...
yeah.
Do you think anybody listening to this doesn't know who we are? Like, just stumbled across this on the interwebs?
I think it'll. I don't know if it's happened
Maybe.
yet, but it will happen. I believe.
Maybe at least one viewer.
I hope so. Shout out to that
I
one
think-
viewer.
I think we'll get half a dozen people
Yeah.
listening to this.
Maybe. Perhaps.
We'll get an audience
Movie-
of 6.
Yeah. Movie. Hey, I would do it even if no one was listening. This is
Yeah.
fun.
Me too.
Movie title that best describes Isaac.
I have
Well,
two
obviously-
contenders.
Obviously, Better Man. Better Man.
No, I was
is
gonna say
obvious.
Megamind versus a Doom Syndicate,
No.
or
No,
or Attack of the Meth Gator.
What the fuck?
I'm
I
gonna say queer.
knew it. I knew it. I was going to use that one on you. I think.
That's
perfect. I think that I'm described great by Better Man. I think I'm described. I think I'm described great by Baby Girl.
Oh,
I
er,
can also be described by my old ass.
oh.
Also strange, darling.
Oh,
I think the Garfield movie really describes me.
oh.
Long legs.
That one's pretty good.
Oh.
That should have been your your real answer. That should have been your real answer.
I think I'm gonna stick with long legs. Yeah.
Okay.
You tall
Um,
motherfucker.
I think
Shut up. It's over.
I'm drastically looking through the movies that came out last year to find
Next
a funnier
up
answer.
is movie title that best describes Kaylee.
Ooh.
Hold on, there is a correct answer.
Uh-oh.
Wicked.
Wicked is
What?
I'm gonna go with
Wait, what? Wait, am I a bad person?
No. I'm gonna go with Civil War.
What? What?
I'm gonna go with Cuckoo.
Oh no, you know what I'm gonna go with? In a Violent Nature.
I'm gonna go with Cuckoo. Or a complete unknown, because who are you really?
You know, I don't know that yet.
I'm gonna go again with queer.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
that's,
okay.
that's safe. That's fair.
No, for real. I'm
Just-
gonna go with
Despicable Me 4.
I'm gonna
Why do you hate me so? Wait, don't answer that.
I'm gonna go with Hundreds of No.
What?
Joker Folia.
You're quite the Joker.
I feel like I'm hated at this very moment.
No, you're not. We're
Mean Girls.
I think I'm gonna
What the fuck?
I think I'm gonna go with Strange Darling. I think that's a good one.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
That's a fun one. I'm gonna go with Cuckoo. Actually, no way. I'm changing my. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, no, Cuckoo.
Okay.
Do we have
the
do we have a best
Sorry?
described Shelby category? Because I didn't see it on
This
the
is
thing.
this is
Okay.
the final category.
Yeah.
Movie title that best describes Shelby.
A Real
So,
Pain.
Fuck you.
What the fuck?
Wow. Okay.
Oh. I have one.
Yeah.
The Crow.
What?
What the fuck?
I will not elaborate.
Well, Long Legs also works for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, I have one. It's called Imaginary.
You're not real.
Shelby is actually a figment of our imaginations. Our
Yeah,
collective schizophrenic imaginations. They're in the walls, they're in the walls, they're in the walls.
Okay.
I'm gonna give
you know,
myself
you...
the brutalist.
Ooh, what about Dinosaur Hotel 3?
Yeah, obviously I'm Better Man.
Mhm.
Kaylee is I'm Better Man, Kaylee is Wicked, and Shelby's a real pain.
Why am I
Done.
wicked?
That was rude.
Why am I wicked at this current moment? I'm
That was
confused.
rude.
Hey, I just want to say a movie came out last year called Uglies, and I'm glad none of us used it on anybody else.
Oh, aw.
Well, that was.
Oh wait,
that
wait!
was
I
rude.
know which movie title perfectly describes Shelby.
What is it?
Actually, no. This applies more to happen to my buddy Shelby, which is Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire.
Shut the fuck up.
What the fuck? Oh, I get it now. It took me.
No,
Jarvis, please put up a picture of
I'm gonna get.
of McKenna Grace and Ghostbuster in the Ghostbusters.
They don't
reboot.
know. They don't even know the. Well,
Well, they don't
okay,
know.
some
They
peop-
don't know what you look like, but once you put up McKenna Grace in those movies, they will.
Shut the
Real.
fuck up. I'm gonna give myself Kinds of Kindness.
Aww.
I'm also gonna give myself Gladiator 2.
Oh.
um Oh, Isaac, I have another one for you.
Mhm.
The Fall Guy.
I am taking the fall when we all get arrested. I understand
Yeah.
that. No?
Um Are there any others?
We could just tack on queer.
You've already said that for everyone. I think
Yeah.
every
I
single
know.
one of us has
Let's
used
do
queer
it.
against the other.
Yeah,
This is
I
a
think that
100% queer podcast.
that is true. We're filling out the DEI of
Yeah. We're gonna lose funding when Trump takes over.
My jaw's on the
what
floor.
funding? This is we don't
You
make
only
any money off of this.
hey Shelby, you don't have very long to edit this.
Oh god.
What the fuck?
Yeah, someone else is gonna take my place.
Yeah, we gotta
So it's
get
not too queer.
we have to get a cis man in here.
Yeah. Well, that is all the awards. We did it.
We did it.
Isaac, do you want to take us home?
I mean, you're gonna have to drive quite far to do that.
You know? That is true. You know, I don't remember how I do this. Thank you for listening to the Possibly Comedic. Thank you for listening to the Possibly Comedic Podcast. I have been Isaac, joined by
Kaylee.
That's Kaylee. I'm Shelby.
You're not.
You're right.
And thank you for watching, and I hope you join us next time for whatever we talk about next.
In a month or 3 from now.
Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you in July.
Whenever Superman comes out, that's But the last thing I want to say before we end this is, I actually do want to ask: do any of you have any like social media that you want to promote? Or
No thanks.
Okay.
I'm a social recluse. The only people I talk to are y'all and Laura. That's it.
All right. Fair enough.
I guess you can find me on twitter.com, also known as X the Everything app, at Isara_EZ. That is ISUARA_EZ.
I'll put that in the description.
And then that's it.
You can find me on my YouTube channel, Shelf Enthusiast, which I will also put in the description. I'm pretty offline for the most part on social media.
I am also here.
Thank you
Yeah,
for watching.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, love you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Mustache.